on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up, oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's race day. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Well, hello again, everyone out there in P10 Racing TV, now live here at Thompson Speedway tonight, where the Super Late Models up out of the Metal Racing League, returning to the show and returning to the track right here on the game. Here we go. Hi, everyone. I am Christian, the Crusader driver. Welcome back to the show, as always, as we get ready for the action to start up here tonight. We're gonna get down to business, get down to a real good, real quick. Let's have a look at this one. As we bring him off to the start, here's how we're starting off. Shentz L Throttle Bottle, the undefeated one, is your #1 qualifier from the race here. She'll start up front. Outside of her will be Joker Joe Nuttleman, the #4. Row number 2, it's going to be Matthew Hart for the 84. It is outside. It's going to be the 66, Dustin Slonaker. Row number 3, Kevin Baker in the 87 with Stanley Pottle on the outside of him. And then your final starter sees Jeffrey Todd Tussin, the 72, with Robert Kahn holding up the rear as our race control here tonight. 100 laps here at Thompson Speedway. These drivers not made the call last time out. They were very disappointed they couldn't get out here and race, but unfortunately you just couldn't get around the issues out there. Had to take an off week, so today They're back, they're ready, and they are here to put on a show for you fans at home. That's why they're here, and that's why they had you come to see them. That's why you want to watch them. That's why they're there. It's going to be 7-car lineup, and following this tonight, we have the Spartan IROC Series returning to the show. You are going to see them in that Chicagoland Speedway. The trucks are bound and ground pounded for the time. Ready for the drivers to come off here, though, off the start here. Everyone getting settled in at the moment. Field getting ready to go at it here tonight. A big lineup here. As you see lights pop up now, that means one thing, race fans. It's time to get the drivers ready to go. The undefeated one, Chantel Bottle. 2 wins at Iowa, 1 at Oxford. And the last time out, had pretty much all but wrapped that one up. She's remaining without a loss so far. We'll see if Joker Joe Nuttleman can challenge her for that winner's circle check here tonight. We'll see how well he handles the nerves and how he handles the situations out here. Last time they raced was down in Richmond territory. And at Richmond, it was yet again Chantel's to lose. She has got 4 wins to tonight. 5 right now would be this would be the 5th if she could win here at Thompson. But the biggest thing here, man, is I'm telling you, is that we're going into a track, though, that has completely revamped on what these drivers were dealing with. This track much shorter and much smaller in length, but the corners are extremely tight to master and extremely hard to work around. It's going to be all about how you handle those turns and how you handle the car. The tires are going to take a beating, that is for sure. They can't just overdrive those inside lines. They have to make sure they stabilize them down a little bit, make sure that they get a good runoff. These open setups, of course, that definitely helps them out a little bit, and certainly will give them a bit of an option or two. But if I had to say anything, I think my money tonight is definitely going to be on Hoffert, Pottle, or maybe even Nuttleman on this one. I think those are your drivers to watch out for as we get ready to hit them on back onto the green flag restart here. It starts them up, 100 laps to the distance for the Super Late models. And out of the gate, no surprise here. The 5 immediately jumps it down, but here comes the 4 of Nuttleman. Looking to go to the inside quickly, but he's got to be very careful down there. That's not a very good spot you want to be at. That's no man's land, as I like to refer to it as. Basically just a flat point and where you go into the track. It'll end up driving you up more than you'll actually drive back down. The best way to run this place is to diamond off the middle section to the bottom. As you see, Dustin Sonaker doing a pretty good job of that right now. Going up into the middle, now up high, not where he wants to go. Here comes Matthew Hoffert, the 84, straight to the inside. Here comes that 84 Camaro Dodge machine. The Dodge Challenger, Charger, I should say. I believe that's a Dodge Charger on this one tonight. Yep, looks like that is the case. Judged by the headlights on that thing. Of course, all these Super Late models are the same design, all that. The only difference is the look of the fronts. They only have that little distinction to tell you what they are driving on. Like really, Chantel Bottle doesn't even really worry about what she's driving at the moment, other than just another fast-paced car. This thing driving in quick and diving in fast. Hoffer trying to get around Nuttleman right now. Nuttleman not giving him very many options or any leeway here. He's going to have to find another way around him. He could wait it out and let him burn up some tires and then just make them move off from there. But, I mean, the biggest thing is it's extremely difficult to give up that line, give up that spot without really losing too much ground on you. But the Dodge Charger 84 of Hoffert not giving an inch here. Dustin Sonaker now moving up into the field here. Looks like he's got a little bit of a rundown as we go to the onboard camera here. Oh, Nuttleman a little bit sideways. Turn 1 now out. Bounce it out. Gets a nice little draw off that one. Almost completely losing it in the turn. Set that thing so far to the right, you thought he was drag racing it off there. He was certainly drifting in the corner badly there, but managed to hang on. Very close call there for Nuttleman. They'll continue to work their way around. Right now, no troubles there. Right back in the pack here, Kevin Baker making his television debut here tonight, as is Stanley Pottle returning back to the show. Baker obviously has been running with the Xfinity Series as of late, but this is a Super Late model debut here. We've never, I believe this is the first time we've ever seen him driving the open setups of these things. So far not doing a bad job at all, but he's definitely got a little bit of work to do and a little bit more time to get behind that wheel, and I think he might be able to hang with these guys. Won't be having too many troubles out there at the moment, but the problem is right now, the only one that's really not having any issues or any situation popping up is that 5. They will have a halfway point caution that will rack stack them up again, and I know Chantel's got to be thinking about that, but as we go to the onboard camera here, currently as she streams up on Puddles Racing right now, check that out if you will on her streaming surface, but take a look at this. Watch it, just how smooth on the transition on the corner she is and how smooth she's going into the turns and off the turns. No troubles whatsoever for her. Just basically keeping that thing in line. You can see her working the wheel a little bit back and forth. That's basically to keep the car on straight and making sure she stays away from that wall protection on the backstretch. It's very easy to clip it. I've done it before here where I'll drive it straight down and try to hold my line in, and I'll accidentally clip turn 1 by a narrow margin, and it's just because it just pops up so quickly on you. You don't even realize you've hit it till it's too little too late. Pretty good stuff there so far. Nudelman getting a good run down, holding Slonaker off. Matthew Hoffert, really the only driver that's even remotely coming close to catching up to the throttle Chantel Pottle, but currently Hoffert is about 2 seconds back actually of the 5, and not getting any ground on that. In our chat here tonight, Lee Puster Ball saying going to be a Pottle win. Well, it's early, but right now I can't disagree with that idea. It's a very good shot of it. Stanley Pottle right now, the Transformers 48 here, the other of the Pottle clan, if you will. Moving up in through, still getting some experience down there. You can see him working off the back straightaway. But you can see his inexperience is definitely catching up to him a little bit. And a lot of it, again, is just unfortunately the issue of making sure you know how to hit your turns around here. And unfortunately there for Kevin Baker, trouble seems to be a brewing here for him. He gets into the wall protection there on the front straightaway. We'll find out what happened here. Not sure where the caution was brewed from or where it went from, but we'll see right here. He just overdrives out turn 4. Slows off, gets into the grass, tries to back out of it. And you can see Jeffrey Todd Tuss avoiding him, and so is Stanley Pottle. He did manage to refire. And it's continuing on, so at least he's not done just yet, but unfortunately that did slow him down a little bit here in the time zone. Jeffrey Todd Tuss, the 72 machine right now, currently running up in 5th place here. Remember, 7 drivers here tonight. Rubber Khan, despite what you see there, he's actually the race control down there helping these guys out, making sure that they don't have to worry about it. So far I don't think there's really too much to worry, maybe other than unless Nudelman and Slonaker get into one another, but they haven't really done that at all. They've been pretty much keeping it clean, keeping it real with each other. The 4 car, though, man, give credit where credit's due to Nudelman. Flying into the jokes of Heath Ledger here and trying to make anarchy reign and chaos prevail. But unfortunately, that same can't be said going on the front straightaway. Slonaker looking for the opening. Still not able to make the pass in. Sparky definitely going to have a little bit more ground and time to get it out of here, but I don't know. Slonaker right now just being very conservative, very cautious, and Nudelman has been pretty much jamming her down in there and hammering off. Hasn't really had any issues except for that little bump and bang and sideswipe he had. Slonaker does have a lot of damage though on that right side, and unfortunately on these cars, if you damage out that right side, you might as well kiss your chances goodbye. These cars usually using more of the right angles, the right spots than you would see with the street stocks or with a hobby stock car, whether it be on asphalt or dirt, where they usually are using more of the left side than the right to help bolster and build momentum. Stanley Pottle heading into the pit road. Looks like he's going to try and fix up some damage on that one. Maybe get a fresh set of tires and some fuel in there. Get a little fuel injection in those things. Maybe work his way off a little bit more, and hopefully he'll be able to bring it back on out. The onboard camera here with Jeffrey Todd Tufts, and you can see Tufts about good chunk and a half back right now, still trying to hammer in and play his advantages to his key point, but the 72 just nowhere near the whole field. Sonaker and Nudelman are both 10, 11 seconds ahead, and Chantel completely 17 ahead of her. Like I said before, man, there is only one driver that has won in this series so far of the season, and that's the 5. And, you know, a couple seasons ago, we wouldn't even have been having this discussion about that. She only had one win, and that was for a good chunk of the seasons, and that was back in the very first season we ever broadcasted, the first ever show we did on this town. No, it was literally back with the street stocks where I was actually in the car racing. I had to take her on down at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and that night, man, I would give it everything I got and then some, try to take her down, but she was just so clean and so rhythmic that it was just beyond impressive. She managed to take me down, take down the other drivers that night, and you know, that victory for her was definitely a big solid point, but I think when she got that win, I think there was a little bit of solidarity that she was expecting to do more of it. And unfortunately, the wins just did not come as much as I think she was looking for. It took her a good chunk of seasons to get that second win finally, and when it did, I believe it was back down at Texas Motor Speedway where she had a really good help there from a little bit of drafting and a little bit of work from that shot. But ever since then, it's been now just rock solid and really getting better every time out. And I asked them, again, you know, some of these drivers out there, what is the difference and what is the change? Most of them keep telling me, new wheel, new pedals. That's what helps me out, or that's what helps them out. Yeah. And that is the situation. Then, you know, that, to be honest with you, I think that is probably the best case scenario for any of these drivers. Joker Joe Nudelman, though, problems on the front straightaway. We're going to see what happened here in the number 4 car. Here's the PTM instant replay. Looks like he might have had a little situation pop up coming out of turn 4. He was fighting hard with Sonaker. Sonaker was right there with him to the end, but you can see he went into no man's land, as I refer to it at Thompson. Straight to the bottom line, and oh, he's all over the place now. Oh my! All over the place completely here. Was good lord. He crashes in badly there. I was just trying to talk about what was going on the live show, and then we're just really, as we were doing that, he was crashing in. Here's the replay here. Gets on the wall out of turn 2. He's trying to back her off, back her down. Gets into the grass. Car almost goes upside down over the guard railing there. Sends it off back to pit road and says, I'm just going to get this thing cleaned up. That's a tough break there for Nudelman, unfortunately. And right now the field will shorten down to 6. It looks like Nudelman is calling it a night. He says, I'm not tearing up any more equipment tonight. Well, Nudelman, we hope you're doing all right down there, bud. Hopefully we'll catch you again next time here on the show, which will be back at Iowa Speedway. These drivers aren't going to run too many tracks out there. They're going to be running double series on some of these. Main reason is because with these open setups, it seems more of a fun race when you guys know how to run them and how well you set your car up, which makes for an even greater challenge to really get better at and make sure you know what's going on every time out. So that's why they left. That's why they're going to leave the setups alone and let them just run those tracks in the way they have them. Jeffrey Todd's us right now, just pretty much holding up the rear, running a nice little spot or two in. No troubles whatsoever for him. Kevin Baker, a little bit of damage there on the 87. And a lot of that, unfortunately, was due to the earlier on situation there where he went right into the wall protection on the front straightaway. But you got to give credit where credit's due, at least to him. At least he is still trying and he is still fighting out there. Dustin Sonaker running in third. First time we've seen him in third place in quite some time. He does have a race win, though, on the asphalt circuit. He actually got that back at Michigan International Speedway in the trucks last season. And I'll tell you what, man, there was one driver out there I would not have expected to get that spot or get that win in as quickly as he did. It would have been him. Not to say Sonaker is a bad driver, far from it. The man can wheel, and he can do a great job of conserving, which is how he actually beat a lot of us back on the Heat 4 days at Bristol. He managed to save and conserve his tires and the fuel, and would end up winning those days and winning those races. And really, ever since then, he's just been rock solid, lights out every time out when it comes to hanging in the middle or hanging on the back zone. But he really wants to try to show he can do more than just that. And again, it's not because he's slow, it's because he's just trying to save his tires and save his fuel up. That's why he's very conservative on that angle. We'll take a look at this. Right now, Chantal Bottle, 7.5 seconds ahead. Yeah, telling me she's not owning Thompson Speedway right now. Holy cow. It's almost like a machine out there. Like she's just not even driving the car. It looks like she's almost the car's driving herself. The thing is, she is wheeling it. And again, you know it because she's over on the Piles Racing channel right now. You can see what she's up to. It's almost like there's no effort though when you come off, except for the exit. You can see her just kind of being very gentle, very careful. And then only off exit do you see that wheel start to stutter and move a little bit more because she's already jamming on the gas. And we're about ready to reach the halfway point. And honestly, that halfway point is going to be a saving grace there for Matthew Alford and Dustin Sloanegro, because without it, I don't think either one of them would have had a chance to catch up here. Great to have you all on board here tonight, those that have tuned on in. I hope you guys are enjoying the show for what we got so far. But I promise you, coming up in just a little bit, a big pack, a big stack, and a big racked up field coming from Martinsville Speedway last time out in the IROC Series. It'll be time to bring them back out to Chicagoland Speedway. It'll be race 8 of 16. Cutoff line going to be a big situation for them. And a lot of time is left in the show. There is so much to do and so much to happen. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll see it coming here after this race. Kevin Baker driving the all-white 87, kind of reminding me of the all-white trucks you usually see out there in the truck series sometimes. Unfortunately, due to lack of sponsorship or lack of that, and they end up just kind of running their own stuff and their own equipment without any help. Gotta get that aura of him tonight, but I've got to believe anything. Kevin Baker definitely deserves at least a sponsor or two in the coming weeks. Currently now up in the 5th place spot, as Chantel is right behind him. The 5 versus the 5th, and the 5 going in. Green Tech Energies, number 5, just pounding the throttle off, and probably one of the cleanest passes you'll see on this one. Caution flag flies out though. We have reached halfway. This be the first caution of the night. This being the halfway point caution. So what they do is they will re-rack, restack, and refile them up and all that. And right now, currently, depending on how people come out of pit road, that will determine this and will determine our race up here. Somebody told me the other day that some of these drivers out there, no names to mention, but some of them out there literally remind them of the days back on Heat when they was dominating everything and they got things figured out all the way to the end. And I gotta believe it because, you know, again, there's a couple out here that are champions, season champions for that matter. Matthew Hoffert is a dirt season champion. Back in season 2 of Pedal to Metal Racing Dirt Series, he actually managed to win it out, defeating me of all things by 1 point in the series. Lanier kind of got me good that night. I won the race, but I lost the war. Hoffert ended up winning because of the bonus points there and doing a great job throughout that night, throughout that series. And full hats off to him. Chantel Pottle was actually your last Super Late Models Division champion other than the mixed series we had. She was, I take that back, actually she won the first before the mixed series, if you will, kind of came up. The last Super Late Models Series season we had was just about a couple of months ago. And I believe it was Cindy the Closer Taylor who dominated that and won that series out. Well, right now, currently, we switched one female with the other, and Chantel is now rocketing and looking in line to be that driver. It's been pure determination and pure unalterated horsepower throughout this one, guys. It's been great racing in between and some good stuff, to say the least. But it makes you wonder, you know, we're going to come closer and closer to the big matchup coming up. You know, how well will the drivers handle the nerves and how well will they fight off everything they've got? Hard to tell at this moment here. Just gonna go pull that up real quick here. We do need to take a look at some things here, make sure we're still going good on our end. Yep, everything's good on our end here. Just make sure. Sorry about that, folks. You never know with these technical difficulties popping up here. I want to make sure everything was cleared up on our end, make sure everything wasn't broken down or anything like that. Halfway caution completed and done and over with now. Next time by, we hit them up to the green. Everybody getting ready to double them up, double file it in. Pace lights are still flying on the pace car, though. You can see the lights kind of clambering off. There they are. Chantel, the throttle bottle, one of the lone 3 Canadians out here tonight. And Matthew Offer and Dustin Sonaker representing for the good old red, white, and blue. Looking to hold on to this one, try to fight off the throttle there. She is currently going to be a tough challenger on this one. Dustin Sonaker going to have to be right behind Stanley Bottle. Was trying to get his lap back, could not get that, so he'll have to go into the middle section here. Bit of an interesting situation there. Kevin Baker looks like he's going to have to go back where he was. I think he was expecting to get his lap back, but the race official was saying, no, you're not getting your lap back. Everybody's just trying to figure out what is going on. You know, Hoffert and Chantel, though, are right where they need to be. And currently, right now, as we look at it, Baker was actually one of the other cars that got lapped down, so he's currently actually a lap down to the other drivers here. So Pottle, Hoffert, and Sonaker are only top 3 drivers on the lead lap. These guys ain't careful. This might turn into a grudge match here in a slugfest. Coming around, we're ready to go down, back onto the battle here, and here we go. Whoa, a little bit of trouble there out of the gate though for Dustin Sonaker. Sonaker losing it out of turn 1 and 2, and look at this, Hoffert gets ahead of Chantel. I don't know if they will call that him the leader for that. I don't know if he got him in time. I think he might have. Matthew Hoffert taking the race lead over will be an interesting circumstances here. We'll take a look at the PT Mr. Replay though with the 66 and see what happened on this case. Ooh, looks like a little love tap there, a little spin, a little woozy doozy. Away she goes. 66 machine had nowhere to go. That's a tough break there for him. We'll go to the onboard camera for the 72 at Jeffrey Todd Tufts. Give you guys a little bit of a better insight on what he saw. And to me, it looked like he was on the brakes there, but he did not get the right corner in, and Sonaker ended up getting the tag for it there. Well, it's going to be an interesting circumstance right here. The undefeated one, Chantel Bottle, will have to try to take down Matthew Hoffert here on the restart here. But again, on the long run earlier, Chantel had Hoffert beat by a good margin. The last time these two faced off was back at Richmond. And there, Hoffert gave it a good show and a good fight. Fell victim to the old tire issue in the top long length of the race. This is only our second caution of the night, unfortunately. Or excuse me, fortunately enough, but this is definitely going to be a bit of a go-around and a turnaround for some of these drivers. So now Baker and Tufts are back on the lead lap, and currently Stanley Pottle down about 8. I think he's just trying to lay back and just get more experience in. I think that's all he really wants. Caution lights are going to come off this next time by. Field will work their way down. Jeffrey Todd's us doesn't seem to have any damage there on the 72. The 72 looking pretty clean, even despite the little nudge he gave to the 66. Looks like it was just by the hair of the chinny chin chin. That's 66, unfortunately. Just barely got tapped. When you're going in that speed and you get that little left tap, unless you're on the brake and you've got that, you're making sure you back off and run it down, there's not a lot you can do there. Those tires will spin on you and they will get away from you because the speeds they can carry and the speeds that go around on this stuff, it is extremely hard to master and extremely hard on yourselves. So here we go. Base lights are popping off of the pace car. It's time to go back to racing here. Coming right around here now, they will line them up, double file. And they will go when the green flag is flying. There is no early starts in these series or any of the racing for Pedal to Metal. They always start on green for every restart, for every start. In my opinion, I definitely like the idea. I like that. I like to make sure. I always like the idea that you have to literally make sure you're packed, stacked, and ready to go on the attack. But at the same time, it could be a bit of a head scratcher when you're on the lower tires, and you gotta have to really try to work your way around it. Onto the green flag we go. Hoffer in no man's land out of the start, and the 5 just simply just says, see ya. It didn't look like she put any effort really having to go around him. It looked like he just did that right out of the spot on the shot. Stanley Pottle into the wall he goes. Gets a love tap there from Jeffrey Tots Ups. And Kevin Baker moving ahead. Sonaker now moving way back stretch here, trying to catch Hoffer and the throttle Pottle. You just see how close he has got to run that thing in and really work his way around the track. Can't make any more mistakes. He's got to be very, very efficient here. Half a second off of Chantel right now. The throttle right now giving a little bit of a slight gap opening, although the times wise definitely do not say that at all. Take a look at lap 62, and there was a slight gain for the Hoffer camp. Hoffy's not out of this one just yet. Coming right around here, Slonaker down the back straightaway, still trying to draft off of Hoffer and get a little bit of speed. He's more known for that long-term game and that long-term run, but right now he is trying to do a little bit more than just that. But it appears to me it's not quite working that way or working out as well as he would hope for. And I think a lot of that is just due to the fact that his setup is just not built for that kind of speed, that kind of run. Whereas the 5 and the 84, it is built for that. They like to run them quick, they like to run them fast here. Stanley Pottle all over the place here and all over the track now. They'll back him down and get out of there. You can just see him just all over the place. That car just not doing what he wants it to do and just not giving him an opportunity to hold off on it. And that's really been his biggest struggle and point all day long here. .7 ahead right now. Hoffer just gotta start getting some speed underneath those tires, man. Those things are not gonna hold up very much longer. You know, there's one thing though that Thompson is well known for. That is definitely for the fact it's one of the landmark tracks for the Whelen Modifieds, the late models, and the super late model divisions. This track, again, is tight corners and tight bankings. Make for an incredible track to race on and a good one to run off of too. Because you have only 2 lines to hit. You got the bottom and the middle groove, and then you got a little bit just above the middle groove there. There's not a lot of cushion up top and not a lot of ways to work your way around that top side. So you have to work in through the bottom or the middle and have to diamond off to get more speeds. And you've seen what the 5 was doing earlier. That's how she's getting so much speed off. But again, if you're balanced side by side, imagine that. You literally don't have a way to get around that. You'll be pretty much open and exposed for anyone to take you down. Dustin Sonaker, the 66, just, man, I don't even know how to explain it, dude. He's just absolutely drenching that car off and keeping it nice and smooth. But again, it's not building any speed. It's just kind of staying with Hoffer, but it's just not getting anything going. Yeah, I don't know. No, I love Sparky to death, man, but there's one thing that cat's got to start figuring out. It's how to stop being so nice and start putting some fight underneath them. Sparky, you know I love you, buddy, but you gotta really start charging, brother. I know you too well. Jeffrey Todd does have a little bit of company coming up on his end here, in the form of Kevin Baker here. Right off of the back straightaway here, Todd Tuss trying to catch up there to Kevin Baker. Baker doing a great job, though, shooting his way around the gaps and in the turns. Looks like a slight run there coming down. Got a good run off. Looks like Tuss giving him every chance and opportunity here. But Baker not able to make it off the corners just yet. He goes up a little higher here. Todd, though, on the very bottom, not going to build up a lot of speed there. The thing that a lot of drivers told me about this track is you really want to, the only way to build speed again is just above that middle of the bound, the bottom part where that middle groove is. And just slightly above the middle groove as well, and Baker actually was slightly above that middle groove, and he was getting some speed off more than Todd Tuss was. Todd was opening the door as I start saying some good things here. 87. I got thrown back into the 87s because that thing turned sharp left and you couldn't even hold it on line. Well, 2 seconds ahead right now, and you can probably guess where this one's going. Unless Hoffer is literally saving and waiting for the right moment to strike, I don't think he's going to catch the 5 here in this one. But I've been very, very wrong before, so. Dustin Sonaker trying to move up ahead to Matthew Hoffer here. Hoffer in a stable line, a stable position here, has been pretty much holding it down, holding up the fences here, but he's got still the 66 of Dustin Sonaker looking to catch him and get around him. With 22 laps to go, looks like that slow-paced, methodical strategy that Sparky is well known for is starting to take fruition, starting to take very big shape here. Yeah, packed crowd in here tonight. Looks like we got one of our cameramen down there watching with the show. Having a little bit of fun down there. I see my camera guys having a good time with those crowds there. The fans definitely enjoy watching some good racing. And they're enjoying right now what they see from a lot of these guys trying to put on a bit of a show and a well-respectable battle. 20 to go here for the 5. Jeffrey Todd Tuss still damaged badly up on the front end of that thing. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to keep up with this pace and keep up with this spot here. Offert starting to move up a little bit higher on the runs there. Looks like he's actually kind of driving in a little bit deeper and kind of moving up higher off these edges. Again, I would have thought with the open setups here, that would have made a bit of a difference for some of these drivers to try to work off the outside line, but it appears not. It looks like the outside is pretty much just a no man's land. There's only 2 grooves. The very rough, basically the little bit of that black shell, the black middle part down there above the bottom. And then you got that lighter dark area that's just right above the black tarmac view. That's really their saving grace and their only golden opportunity. Well, I gotta give credit to Sonaker. He's not giving anything up to Alfred here. Alfred's giving a pretty good fight with only 16 to go. Sonaker's actually coming back a little bit. I think Sparky's been listening over here in the booth. Does someone give that man a radio in the car to let him hear me? If that's the case, then thank you. I think it might have made him a little more interesting here. Yeah, he's fighting though. He's not giving up. Oliver's only been keeping him down for a few laps. That time around, he managed to keep him down a little bit longer, but you can see lap 81, 83, and 84. Yeah, that was the Sonaker show coming up on him. Sparky trying to get in there, trying to build up one last big run. A little bobble there from the 84. You can see the rear end just kind of rotate out a little too much, lost a little bit of grip. Oh, he's going to lose more than just grip now. Coming off turn 2. I thought Sonaker was going to get him. That was a perfect opportunity to take the right spot away from him. He was looking to get that second place off him, but it's not happening just yet. Todd Tufts, Kevin Baker all behind. Chantel Bottle literally just said, see you later. The whole field, she's 5 seconds ahead. Hoffert is doing everything he can to try to secure second place. Sonaker looking to take that away from him, though. He's right in a good line, in a good spot, but Sonaker might have a little bit more speed on that bottom. Oh, but they collide a little bit in the front straightaway. Hoffert backs off, trying to save it, gets it nicely saved, but he ends up taking a little damage off that. Sonaker. What are you, Sparky? What are you doing? Sparky backs off. I'm not sure if he was literally feeling bad for taking Hoffert with him or if he was actually having some troubles down there. Well, Sparky, it's a short track. You bump and run, dude. You gotta go. I guess that just shows too much of the good, kind heart that he has in him. He backed off. I watched that time zone. He was backing off for Hoffert there and letting them back up. It says Aaron in the radio right now, he's saying, if I'm gonna beat him, I'll beat him fair and square. I'm not playing those games. Well, Sparky, I'll give you respect, but again, it's a short track, man. Stuff like this happens. If he does catch him, though, I'll give him credit. At least he built some speed up. He's getting a lot of speed here. There is damage on the 84, though. That right front, you can see is tore in. The tire is just completely taking a fender to it. He's going to try not to have a flat tire go down. I don't have any problems there. Down the back stretch. And Sparky's going to get one more shot. Oh, almost drives up a little too much. A good runoff. And this time, he'll make a very clean pass out of turn 4. Finally taking this one over. He just literally yelled at his crew chief. He says, tell Crusader, that's how you're supposed to pass. Well, all right then, Sparky. I guess that's how you're supposed to pass. I'll give him credit where credit's due. Kind heart on that, man. But early, I don't know. If it was me, I would erase my race and apologize after. That's just my mindset. Chantel, the throttle bottle, pretty much, except for a couple laps, has been leading this entire track in this entire race. Absolutely no troubles for the Green Tech Energy, Matt Mills, Fox Racing, Bottles Wraps Machine. And the number 5, she will rocket it down with only 5 laps to go. And this right here, if she will finish this out, it's going to be win number 5. 2 at Iowa, 1 at Oxford, and last time out 2 weeks ago at Richmond. She won it there. Oh, as I say that, there is trouble. Wait a minute, what on earth happened down here? Stanley Pottle stops on the front straightaway here, and there's trouble. Seems to be trouble. And now this just turned completely sideways. This is a green-white checker now. All right, what the heck happened here? Well, Stanley gets in there. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh. Well. Sparky just told me, I hope that Crusader doesn't say that was karma down there. I'm not going to say that, Sparky. I swear, Ben. Let's find out what happened here. Stanley Bottle there, just a little side-by-side rubbing his racing, but the experience, unfortunately, had him come driving down as he was trying to save the car up. Ends up taking Dustin Stoneacre out, unfortunately, and did not intend to by any means, but it just kind of happened that way. We'll go on the onboard camera here and just show you what exactly he was seeing and what went wrong there. Remember, these guys are burning on some old tires. He's driving in quick. Stoneacre had a good run off there, and St. Wooden Machine had a good shot. It looks like maybe Dustin came up slightly on the 48. Although Stanley Powell is saying right now, I really wish I did not get out on the track tonight. Stanley, do not throw yourself out here, man. It's a racing ordeal, brother. You gotta just keep on going with it. This is now turned into a green-white checkered scenario, and for the first time in this one, Matthew Hoffert will be on the bottom line, on the bottom lane yet again. The last time he was there, though, the 5 just ran away with this, but now she's on a cold set of tires. Or actually, I think she went into pit road. I should correct myself there. Let's take a look at this. Yes, she did. She's on a fresh set, I should say. That's why she's moving around the car trying to get the tires warmed up. This is a big moment, a big opportunity. Hoffert stayed out. The 5 did not. I think Hoffert felt like this was his only chance to possibly take down the 5, and the only way to do it here would be run down the bottom lane and keep that run in. But again, you're talking about a car that's literally gained so much speed on the outside line, just passed you by quicker than you can find them. I just don't see it being the full case here tonight. I don't see this being their opportunity to win. This is the green-white checkered restart. It has been a bit of a heated battle. There have title 5 on the line for the 5. Can she go 5 in a row, or will Matthew Hoffert finally end his curse and get another win? He's got one in Xfinity from Talladega, but he wants one in the Super Lates. They will march him off around turn 3 into 4, looking for the green. Green flag pops out, and it's not even close. The 5 just guns it. Fresh tires out of the gate, and it's all but wrapped up. She just needs to make some turns. But there's a little bit of a scruffle or kerfuffle in the back. Kevin Baker now sneaking his way around. Baker trying to get up there with Todd Tuss, make one last dash pass around as we lead it into the white flag this time down. Kevin gonna try to get Todd Tuss. Looks like Todd's gonna get backed off a little bit there by Matthew Hoffert. Baker on the inside, looking the outside lane. Looks for a run, looking for an opening, not gonna get it. And out of turn 3 and 4, title number 5 for the 5 in a row for Chantel Bottle. Coming to the end here, Todd Tuss barely holding on to Kevin Baker, and Justin Stoneacre finishing 3rd, while Hoffert will finish 2nd. And once again, a runner-up to perhaps you could say probably the fastest woman right now on the Super Late Models division. That being Chantel the Throttle Bottle. Another victory. Yeah, I gotta believe right now that young lady is just thinking, where has this been for a couple of seasons? I've been waiting for this. I gotta give her credit. It's a pretty good burnouts there down there. Some good donuts. She sure nailed those. Holy cow there, man. That is some really good sized donuts in there. That is some serious work done on those. Guess that's fresh tires. We'll just give you a little more speed to do that. Here we go. Our final race results now for Battle of the Metal Super Late Model Series. Popping up on your screen. It's going to be Chantel the Throttle Bottle winning title number 5 and win number 5 here. First one at Thompson. She's got 5 in a row. Will anybody be able to take her down? The only time will tell there. But Matthew Hoffert very close here at times, coming away 2nd. 3rd goes Dustin Stoneacre, while 4th goes to Jeffrey Todd Tuss, 5th to Kevin Baker, 6th to Stanley Pottle, 7th to Joker Joe Nuttleman. Robert Kahn not qualifying. Part of race control here tonight. Now awaiting our drivers here to come on by and have a word or two with us. Cannot wait to hear the reactions here. I know Chantel's been very vocal as of late. We'll see how she is in a minute. But first, we're going to go ahead and take it down with our second place finisher here tonight and the runner-up once more, Matthew Hoffert. And Hoffert, you know, we've talked about it before and just the overall control and speed you have to carry through just to even win out here. But, you know, I got to believe right now you're probably a little disappointed in his performance with that last bit there, unfortunately, with the burned-up tires.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know how Alex Bowman feels.
That's definitely one way to put it around here.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough trying to keep the equipment good and try to not burn up the tires. But Thompson's not an easy track to do that at.
It definitely ain't, but I mean, man, you still gave your heart, gave your soul, and did everything you could. I gotta ask, if you tried anything different here, Thompson, when you come back here, what will be the one thing you're gonna go for?
Well, for starters, I'm definitely going to pit when everyone else does. That was a bad mistake. They just ate me alive with new tires, and try to figure out some better adjustments to give me more of a long run setup and get a little more speed in the long run.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, offer you will have another opportunity and a chance here because I believe you will be returning Thompson here in a couple short weeks. But nevertheless, here though, still second place finish, nothing to sneeze at here. Anybody want to thank you for this one? I think he might have muted his mic down there. I think he doesn't even want to
Oop,
talk. There you
there
go.
we go. There's the right button. Um, PTM Racing, PTM Racing TV, all the people at home watching, and everyone that raced tonight. Appreciate it, and try again next week.
For sure there, Hoffer. Appreciate your time here. Congratulations on our second place finish, man. We'll definitely catch you here very soon in the show.
Thank you.
Matthew Hoffer coming away second place here tonight. Ashley now joins me here in victory lane. It is the Throttle Chantel bottle, 5 in a row, and I gotta believe right now you were probably not expecting that to happen this early in the season, much less after all the seasons you've been. This gotta be rewarding to you here tonight, Chantel.
Yeah, it's finally good to start winning. And well, I like open setups better than I like fixed anyway, so that really helps out.
How much of a difference would you say would it make from the Xfinity and the Super Late models if you had open setups there? Or is it just kind of really the car that's really working better for you depending on the track?
Well, I can run more what I like and not what everyone else. Well, fixed we all got to run the same setup, but with open I can run more of what I like. I can make it looser the way I like it. And that usually helps out.
Certainly does indeed here, and it ends up working out well in your favor here. Once again, you got 5 in a row. I gotta ask you, who do you got here, and who do you want to thank for that?
Everyone at PTM and PTM Racing TV.
All right, well, appreciate your time here, Chantel. Congratulations here on the show, and thank you for putting a bit of a show up on your stream again here. So congratulations again, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks.
Chantel Throttle Bottle finishing first once again here tonight. Last guy to talk with us here tonight is, of course, good old Sparky Dustin Solnaker. Sparky, I heard you on the race control, and you was yelling at me from across the end there about having to back off for Hofford. But I mean, I said it perfectly point blank on this channel here. I said, dude, it's short track racing. You're gonna bump and bang, and you end up getting bumped and bang a little bit from Stanley. What happened down there in turn 4, dude? Sparky, I don't think you got your mic hooked up there, dude. Nope. Hold on a minute here, folks. He's trying to get back in here. All right, see if we can get him now. Sparky, you got a copy?
Hello?
Yep, he's got us. How you doing, bud?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Going good. Been a while since I heard your voice on this finishing in a race here. Did you catch anything we said there a minute ago?
Kind of called into it, just trying to get some. I kind of caught half of it there. Might have to repeat that again.
As I was saying in the show, I said point blank, you backed off a little bit there and kind of yelling at me through your lungs, like trying to tell your spotter to come tell me that I'm not going to go down passing Hoffer the way I did there, but you end up still making a good pass around him, but then Stanley Powell, and you kind of got caught up in there on turn 4. What happened down there, bud?
Well, the thing with Halford is I got a little just a little bit too early in the gas there and got into his rear quarter there a little bit on the straightaway, and I seen him go up in the fence there a little bit, so I kind of backed off and let him recollect himself and kept the battle going on. It was a great battle with him for second. That was a heck of a battle for second, and much respect to Halford out there and all the drivers out there. And with the Stanley Pottle thing, I'll have to look and see what happened there. I was, just trying to get around him there, and the next thing I know, I got all I know is was going straight and then just got tagged somehow. So I don't know what happened there. I'll have to go back and look and see what happened there. But overall, the car was really good. Really did a lot of work on that car to try to, get a decent finish. And this feels really good because it's been a tough couple of weeks for me. So I'm just kind of glad to get up there and run with the best of them this week.
For sure there, man. You was definitely giving it everything and then some here. Got to ask you, as you're coming away third here tonight, who do you want to thank you for this one?
Just want to thank PTM, especially with these open setups. I love them. I love that car. I love these cars too. But I just want to thank the league in general, all of our sponsors that sponsor the league, that wonderful announcer that's up there in the booth every week calling the action up here, all the all the drivers out there. Much respect to all these guys. This is still a tough track, and some guys out here, just for the 6 or 7 of us that was out there to still able to put on a good show. But that's pretty much all who I want to thank. And anybody else that supports me out there, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, Dustin, congratulations once again here on a third place finish. Great to see you finally back on the track and back on the top spots here. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Dustin Slonaker coming away in the 66, a third place finish here tonight. And race fans, that's pretty much all going to wrap it up here tonight with Thompson Speedway here in Thompson, Connecticut for PTM Racing TV. I thank you here. I am the Crusader calling this one tonight. But I wish and ask you to join me here in just a few short minutes. We return with Fast and Fun, or with Spartan IROC series. They will return here on the show as they will come on down for a big one here. It's going to be Chicagoland Speedway. But for now, be safe. God bless. Take care. I love you guys. See you here in just a few short minutes.